3 years later, about 800 videos, a million subscribers later, see what we have accomplished in here. I can't thank you guys enough. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video. You guys saw the title and thumbnail. Today's video is my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. I'm actually throw a screenshot right here for you guys. That was left the first day I ever got like paid, I guess, on YouTube, which has been a crazy journey, but I just remember that it was like, you know, in the start of June. I know this video is coming out a little bit later. It took me a few days to film this video because I was trying to figure out if I want to do something like that or just do a post, but I figured I'll do a video and at the same time do a mini garage tour, something quick, nothing crazy. I definitely want to do, I've seen the comments, you guys want to see a new updated garage tour. I might hold off on that video for a little bit actually, because we might be getting a new bike in a month and a half to 2 months, so kind of stay tuned for that. Subscribe, like the video please. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to kind of like, I don't know, it's more like a tribute to the last 3 years. It's crazy to think that like I did this 3 years ago. That seems like such a long time ago. Like so many things are different obviously like in my life and everything, and I feel like I just want to make this video to thank all of you guys for supporting the ones that are new, the ones that have been there from 3 years ago. Now obviously like the channel started I think longer than that, maybe a year before that. It was definitely June of 2021 is when I started taking YouTube. Well, that was when I got monetized and I got my first like, I don't know, I think it was like $8 or something like that in that first day. And I was just excited that like, hey, I made some sort of money off of YouTube. And it was just like the start of the journey. And I kind of went full force at that time, dedicated everything I have into it. And look at us now, 3 years later. At that time, I think we only started with, if I'm not mistaken, just the H2, the R1M, and also the Carbon V4S, rest in peace to that bike. I did make a few videos here and there, mainly to document some special moments that I have and kind of like, why not post it? So it's actually there and I can watch it at some point in my life or something like that. And that started with pretty much me buying this bike. That's why I said like maybe it started technically a year before, because I bought this bike in 2020 actually, right before this whole pandemic thing happened. And yeah, I filmed a few videos with it, nothing serious, just kind of like messing around. But then in May of 2021, I decided to take YouTube a little more seriously, post more regularly. So I posted like multiple times in that month and kind of like started getting traction. And by June, we were already monetized and started making money. And look at us now, man. It's crazy. The journey, like I appreciate everyone, as I said, that have been watching from a while, but like not in my wildest dreams I would have imagined to have all of these bikes together. Keep in mind, when I was, I think 20 years old or 21, I forgot when I like really got into bikes and I saw them, but I saw an H2R online and I thought that was like the ultimate dream bike. So, you know, the goal was to get an H2R one day, but I was like, you know what, that's unrealistic, blah, blah, blah. My goal was actually to get this bike by 25. So I was like, by the time I'm 25, I'll just cash out and buy an H2 outright. And that was my goal. Obviously, that's kind of why I started this whole YouTube journey, because I managed to do that. I bought this bike on my birthday, on my 22nd birthday. So I got it literally the day I turned 22 in 2020, as I said, like before the pandemic and all of that. So yeah, it's been a while and it was like a very surreal, very last minute decision. I saw one, I think I had my ZX6R, I wanted the ZX10. I was like thinking about upgrading, looking up bikes online. I was like, let me look at H2s. And I looked at H2s and I found this one, and it was in a very clean condition, low miles. Where was it? It was in Arizona. So it was about 4 or 5 hours away from me. It wasn't like too far. Yeah, I kind of full sent it. Literally, like I made the decision within like a day or two. I was like, hey man, I'll buy this out cash from you outright and let's make this deal happen. And I went all the way there, never ridden Asia. As I said, I have a ZX6R. Went all the way there, bought the bike from the guy and rode it back, and it was pouring rain. I remember that. If you guys want, these clips are actually on YouTube, like way before. It probably has like almost no views because, as I said, that's when I barely like posted, just kind of like for fun. But yeah, the video of me buying this thing is actually on YouTube. Check it out if you want to. And that kind of started this whole journey. And then we had multiple other bikes and the collection kind of expanded, and we've gotten rid of some bikes on the channel. Actually, the first bike that I got rid of was actually my Ducati 1199. Some of you guys probably don't even know that existed. Probably part of the videos that I posted before I did this whole thing like full time and all. But yeah, I had the 1199. I wasn't really the biggest fan. If it was a 1299, I probably maybe would have kept it. You know, it just wasn't it for me. So I sold that bike, got my R1M back there, which I absolutely love and adore. And I know I don't ride it as much just because I've ridden this thing the most, and I've put a lot of, it's probably my highest mileage bike besides the H2 right here. And I've ridden these two the most. It's just, this is like, was my daily when I had the H2, because the ZX6R was not like good enough. After I got the H2, the ZX6R felt like a 400. So I got rid of that thing, and I actually sold my ZX6R to a friend, which I regretted. I should have kept it as a stunt bike, but sold that thing. I was like, I need a liter bike as a daily since I have the H2, because every 600 felt way too slow after riding the H2. So got the 1199, wasn't too big of a fan, and then sold that and got my R1M, which was another one of my dream bikes, and I was content. I was honestly happy with these two bikes. I was like, this is it. What more can I ask for? An H2 and R1M. And then I was always, I mean, you can't blame anyone for being obsessed with Ducatis, which we also might be riding today. We are going to be taking this to a Ducati event most likely, and maybe also another car meet. So stay tuned, subscribe. That's going to be the next video for you guys. And yeah, I've always wanted a Ducati, and I was always obsessed with them. The V4R obviously was the ultimate dream bike, but way too expensive for the time. It's like, I can't afford this. So I got my full carbon V4S, which was absolutely a dream. Full carbon, I mean, what else could I ask for? Love that thing, and unfortunately, that bike got destroyed within a few months, not even a few weeks actually. It got totaled, and me being the stubborn person that I am, I waited a little bit and then got myself a V4R. That's when we were posting almost like full time on YouTube. So, you know, I had more of a reason to like take such risks, because I was like, pretty much this is content. So then I had H2, the R1M and the V4R, and honestly I was happy. If I didn't do YouTube, I think I probably would have stopped there, maybe gotten the M1000 RR2, because this was also a dream bike of mine. When this came out, it was absolutely like gorgeous, and I was like, I need me one of those. So this was definitely a dream bike as well. So maybe would have gotten this one. So 4, and that would have been it. But you know, since I'm doing YouTube and these are technically business expenses for me, figured why not keep growing the collection. And we got all sort of bikes from the Aprilia, the Rush, the Fireblade, the KTM, the H2R. The KTM, by the way, is still being sold. If you guys are interested in that bike, go check out Molly Motorsports, still listed for sale. I'm gonna leave it in the top link down description below. It's a KTM Super Duke 1290R Evo. So it's the top Super Duke you can get besides the new one, the 1390. It's an amazing bike. Obviously it's a $20,000 bike based on like out the door price and all that. And then I've added easily 5,000 mods in it. So all day that's a $30,000 bike, and I'm selling it I think for 17, 18,000. It's a steal. I know KTM is a very niche brand. That's why it's taking forever to sell this bike pretty much. But why I'm selling it is because, as you guys know, like I don't ride it as much. It doesn't even have 1,000 miles, by the way. And I like to collect rare bikes. That kind of is what excites me the most. That bike was fun, amazing. Maybe if I had it before I got all these like crazy bikes at the same time when I had my ZX6R, I would have loved it. But now, you know, when you have an H2R and an HP4 in the garage and M1000, like I never really want to ride the KTM Super Duke. There's just, the competition is really high in here, so obviously there's other options for me that I do want to ride. So yeah, Super Duke is for sale. Molly Motorsport, as I said, top link in the description below. Go check out the bike, and if you're interested, go buy my Super Duke. If anything, if you guys go buy it, actually, go tell the boys at Molly to hit me up, and I'd be down to come and meet up with the guy that's gonna buy it. So just give me like a day or two heads up, and I'll pull up, and if you guys want to meet or even maybe go on a ride, I'd be down for that. So, you know, last ride with the Super Duke with a new owner, I did that with my Aprilia, which is the next bike that I sold. That bike was sold actually to a friend. You guys have seen it in a lot of the videos. So it's cool that it's still like around, and he loves it and he rides it way more than I do. So that's why it's like more worth it. That bike is amazing. There's nothing bad to say about it. It just wasn't a limited edition bike, which is why I was like, if I had to let go of something else, it would be that. And I only sold that for one reason. I wanted to open a motorcycle shop actually. I don't know if I've spoiled it yet, but that was the plan for this year. I just realized where I live, there's so many rules, regulations, and it's complicated unless I do it like in a not very official way, if you know what I mean. Like under the table type of stuff in the store and then kind of get it going like that. That's what most people do, and that's kind of like the one that makes most sense financially, but I didn't want to do that route, and it was just like so much work, and I didn't want it to take time out of content. At some point that will be the goal, maybe when I study it more and I learn more about the project, instead of just dumping like tens of thousands of dollars into something that I'm not very aware of. So someday, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe, like it's definitely a goal. I think that'd be really cool, but it's very hard where I live, and it's also very expensive. Real estate is insanely expensive here, so it's definitely not that easy of a decision to make when instead I can just buy more bikes, you know what I mean? So yeah, that bike is gone since we removed 2 bikes. The garage was really nice, actually. I really like the setup of how I had it. We have the B4R, H2R, R1M, the Rush Fireblade H2, and my M1000RR. And we didn't have a bike here. Obviously, this is the newest addition. The HP4 Race, the legendary iconic HP4 Race. Before this, it was perfect, I think, for an extended, this is what my garage is called, it's like an extended big 1-car garage. I think 7 bikes was a perfect amount. 3 here, 1 in the back. I could take any of them out without moving more bikes around and all. Now it's a hassle. Like today I was like, maybe I should take the Fireblade, since you guys have been asking me to ride it, to the Ducati meet instead of my actual Ducati, just because I've filmed more content with this and that recently. And then I was like, you know what, I have to take this off the stand and move this around and then squeeze that next the H2, and then put this back, which, as you guys know, the HP4 Race has no kickstand, so it's just a little even more complicated to move this thing around. I usually would put it over there behind the Rush, which would make a lot more sense, but in the meantime I'm riding it more since it's a new bike, so that's why it's staying here, so it's easier to take in and out. But yeah, that's, you get me guys. So it's a little crowded in here. Obviously I can't do like any work, that's why most of the time like I either have Mikey do the work somewhere at his shop, or sometimes here if it's like little stuff, just for the sake of the video, so I can film for you guys, because it's pretty hard to do mods and film and do all that at the same time. So, but of course, as I said, when we get the 9th bike, it's gonna be right here, which, as you guys see, like there's barely room. And then we're gonna go back to the same situation I had when I had the KTM and the Aprilia. But now, instead of the RZ411 half factory, we have an HP4 Race, and instead of the Super Duke, there's gonna be another really rare bike. So, you know, in that case, yeah, it's a little more worth it. It's definitely more stressful because it's a lot of expensive bikes too close to each other. But at least they're bikes that are like worth the hassle of moving around and doing all that stuff. So that's not too bad in that sense. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like all over with this video. As I said, it was kind of like a mini garage tour. So now that I've told you guys this is a new current garage, obviously, as I said in the start, I'll be doing a separate video talking about the kind of like more detailed video. Maybe like I know you guys want to see part breakdown on a lot of the bikes, because this is my craziest build. It's the $100,000 V4R. The H2R is getting to that level. I want to make this a $100,000 bike. Obviously, this is going to be a lot easier than this, because this bike is pretty much like a $50,000 bike, or like 45. This already starts as a $60,000 to a $70,000 bike out the door. So, you know, 30K in mods is a lot more realistic, but this thing is pretty much full custom. This thing is getting there. If you guys don't remember, not too long ago, we just got the new green carbon fiber Rotobox wheels. Look at those. We did a whole video putting these on the tires, simply because it was at night and I couldn't ride the H2R at night. We have these, and we also have these awesome, that I can't take right now, titanium bolts for it. So when it mounts, it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. That should be installed on the H2R pretty soon, well, hopefully at least. And we also have lever guards for this thing. We also got lever guards for this, and a radiator guard as well for the HP4 Race. So a few parts coming in for some of the bikes that we'll be doing soon. I think that's it. Yeah, we have like maybe a sprocket for this. I don't even know what, oh, this is the lever guards for the H2R actually. They just need to be custom fitted, which is why they're here and not on the bike yet. We have to cut and do some custom work on it. That's pretty much the garage update. I think that's mainly what this video is. And again, it's just crazy. Like, honestly, I can't wrap my head around the fact that we started with like 2-3 super bikes, and now we have 8 crazy bikes. Well, 9 if we're counting the Super Duke that's for sale, but 8 not only super bikes. Some of these I consider are hyper bikes. Like, as I said, this was the realistic goal for me when I was 25, and I can't believe that we got not only an H2R by that time, but also all of these bikes as well. So it's absolutely mind-blowing. I want to thank every single one that supported. I hope that I've been making content that you guys enjoy. I try as much as I can to listen to what you guys want to see, but you gotta also realize that I can't post a lot of stuff that you guys ask for me. There's a lot of like reasons, like legal reasons, and also of course like YouTube guidelines that I have to follow, or else my videos just are not gonna like pass pretty much. There's pretty much guidelines that I have to follow, so that's why I can't show a lot of the stuff that you guys want to see. And I see your comments, I know what you guys want to see. It's tricky. I'm trying my best to show you guys. Trust me, I want to show you guys what you want to see. I want to see like pulls and top speeds and races, but you know, we can't do everything, unfortunately. So it's restricted, but I'm trying my best, and I appreciate you guys' continuous support. Yeah, man, what a journey it has been. Like, it's crazy. Like it feels like a few months, but at the same time, it feels like a lifetime ago. So it's just crazy that this is like a part of my life, and this is kind of what I do for a living now. Before that, I was doing mainly modeling, and I was a college student. So I'm still technically modeling, but I just don't do that anymore, just mainly because I'm always filming content and doing stuff for you guys instead. So yeah, gave up pretty much school and modeling, and became a YouTuber. 3 years later, 1 million subscribers later. I can't thank you guys enough, honestly. The support has been insane. I never thought I could like hit 1 million subs when I first posted a few videos for fun. So it's absolutely unreal to see what we have accomplished in here. I don't know, it's just crazy. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. This site right here alone, we have the H2, the HP4 race, and the H2R, and the M1000 all in one picture. So that's probably gonna be the thumbnail, because I mean, I literally look at it sometimes and I'm in denial that there's an H2 and an HP4 race and an H2R not only next to each other, but like the fact that they're mine. So it's crazy. It's just, you know, been hustling a lot for 3 years, about 800 videos later. And yeah, I'm sorry if this was a rant, if it sounded like a rant. I know some of you guys don't like it when I am talking too much, but it's a garage video. That's what the whole video is. It's a lot of talking and kind of updating you guys, and sometimes just chatting and telling you guys that I appreciate you and thank you again. I know I've said it like 1 million times, but it's just crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, even when I meet you guys, sometimes I'm so used to it now, but to me it doesn't make sense that like I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what are some of the next videos that you guys want to see. I've seen the comments and everything. I know you guys want to see an H2R versus the HP4 race. That will definitely happen, mark my words. Part of the reason why I want to get these bikes is to see what they can do. I already know the answer. The H2R is going to decimate the HP4 race, so it is what it is. This bike is amazing, it's fast, but it's more of a real track bike. The H2R is a track bike, you know what I mean? Kawasaki Smart. This is just a straight line missile top speed demon, so I don't think the HP4 has a chance. But still, that is something like I want to see what it can do against that, because this bike is 100 pounds lighter than the H2R, but the H2R has pretty much 100 horsepower more than this. So yeah, it'll definitely be exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was just, as I said, a tribute for the 3 years, and to kind of maybe one day look back and, I don't know, see how far we go from here. But yeah, 1 million subs, 3 years, 800 videos, and too many superbike and hybrid bikes later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and ride safe.